Hello, Cheryl. Congratulations on being first. Yay. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. When I was logging in, I saw that you commented that. All right, I'm just trying to pull it up here on my laptop. I watched your quilt tube, you and Cheryl, or you and Colleen's quilt tube this morning while I was working out. Oh, you guys, you make me want to quilt. Really don't know how I'm going to do that. Huh, why isn't it showing up on my laptop? Did I hit, am I live? Comment if I'm live. Oh, view your channel. Maybe that's, there it is. No, that's 6 days ago. Oh, right here. Channel, maybe it's, okay. Oh my gosh, technology. Okay, I'm here. So I have a new setup. I got to get this straightened around. I cleaned my area, my painting area. Sorry guys, I got to get this right. Is that better? It's like I'm having an earthquake or something. Hello, Susan. Okay, this looks much better. So I spent 5 hours 2 Saturdays in a row and cleaned this area. And then this surface that I'm painting on, these I bought on Amazon. They are like shoe racks. So there's like a shelf under here. And so I bought 2 of them to make it wide. And then I bought another one and put it vertically. So I have this nice work area. It's the perfect height for standing and painting. And everything is organized. Everything's at my fingertips. This is so nice. I got rid of the big table that I had set up. So I'll have to do a video and upload it on this channel just to show you guys. I didn't take a picture of the before, which was dumb. I might have done that a while ago. I'll have to go back and look. I might somewhere. It seems like at one point I did a video showing the destruction that was my studio. And I'll see if I can find that video. So I took the table down, which now gives me a good 4 feet from where I'm standing to the back counter, where before I had like maybe 18 inches to squeeze through there and stand here and paint. The next thing I have to do is I bought a, what would you call it? It's like a big arm, and it comes down like this. And then you put your cameras on this arm up here, and then lights attached to it. So I'll have perfect lighting every time. I mean, it's going to be awesome, but I didn't have time to do that. But hopefully next Switch Paint Wednesday I will. And then, when Kristen joins me painting, I probably won't paint here as much. I'll be doing bigger paintings. But I actually have room in this area to do big paintings now, where I didn't before. So super stoked. I plan on spending every Saturday, at least 5 hours every Saturday, working on my studio. So this area that I'm in used to be Kevin's area when he did real estate. It was like his office. And then there's another cubicle type of thing on the other side of this. In that direction, there's 2 more cubicles. And the one directly across from this, next to this one, it has all of my finishing pieces, like to use for finishing cross stitch. And it has my original paintings. It has so much stuff, and it's just junked over there. So once I get this section done, which I'm very close to having it done, I'm going to start on that section. So if I just do section by section, I should have this whole studio cleaned and organized by the end of the year. Probably before that, but I mean, I've got retreats and stuff coming up, so I can't guarantee every Saturday I get to work on it. I'm trying to figure out what paintbrushes I used last week. Well, I could use this one. I wanted to start on a new painting just so that you're not looking at the same painting that you were last week. But my light pad is up at the house because that's where I'm transferring the drawings onto the watercolor paper. And so yesterday I got on Amazon and ordered another one. I'm like, I really need to have one here and one at the studio. So get another one of those on order. But yeah, cleaning this area has really inspired me to paint more. I don't know when I'm going to find time because, you know, I want to quilt now too because Colleen and Cheryl got me inspired to do that. Oh, go. Well, hi, Terry. I didn't even see your name on there earlier. No, I won't be quilting anytime soon. That's something that will come when I slow down a little bit in my business. Like this year, I have 4 retreats, which is the max I would ever do. But next year, I have 2 retreats, and I plan on just doing 2 retreats tops. I would like to get it down to 1, to be honest. Yeah, because I'm going to do some retreats this year too. So I am traveling a lot this year. And you know, how can you quilt? How can you paint? How can you keep your business going if you're traveling all the time? I mean, the traveling is so much fun, but 2025 will be my year of like chilling out a little bit and staying home a little bit more. And you never know. Maybe in 2025 I'll start quilting. Right? But anyway, I'm looking forward to painting with Kristen on Whatcha Paint Wednesday on Wednesday nights. We're going to start that sometime in April. And I'm looking forward to that because I will be painting larger acrylic paintings, and I have missed painting in acrylics. I'm like, hell, I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, am I going to even remember how to do it? I don't know the last time I worked on a large acrylic painting. And the problem, though, with painting large like that is space. Where do I put all this stuff? But I need to start selling my stuff, I guess, when I'm done painting it. What's everyone up to today? What's your weather like? Yesterday was rainy and cloudy, but it was warm. And today, not like super warm, but today it's downright cold. Spring is being a tease. That's all I got to say. Cheryl, are you still here? Your dog is so stinking cute. Little lady. She's so sweet. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Jules. Quilting takes a lot of time, I know. I've only made 2 in my life. And then I helped make a third one that was donated to an auction dinner. But I love the hum of a sewing machine. Oh my gosh, and feeding that fabric through it, it's kind of addictive. Yeah. I mean, I'm aware that it takes a long time, but they're so pretty. And I mean, I design fabric, and it's just something I want to do someday. I actually would like to design quilts for my fabric lines. That's my ultimate goal, but we shall see. Let me just put a little shadowing on these pumpkins. Oh my gosh, you got to see. Oh, I don't have them down here. I took them. Everything's up at the house right now. I was going to show you some of the other drawings that I have done for this fabric line. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's going to be really cute. It's going to give Halloween Whimsy a run for its money. Yeah. So the focus for this line will be these sweet little whimsy chicks. I have one dressed as a cat, so they're not all dressed with, as witches, but most of them are. And then she's got you wrapped around her paw. Yeah, puppies do that, right? They call it puppy love. And then what was I saying? My Lanta. What was I just saying? Oh, so it's going to be these whimsy chicks and like pumpkin headed people, gourd head people, super whimsical, super like just fun fabric line. Terry, you have a dusting of snow. Oh. Yeah, it's too late in the year for snow. Let's just all agree on that. Man, is it getting darker out or what? How's the lighting for you guys? It looks pretty, like it's pretty good here. But it's kind of dark in the studio, making it challenging to paint. Oh, that's blue. Jeez, it looks like black, doesn't it? I have been trying to do a floss tube video for, a couple weeks now, but it's just, like I said, I'm trying to use my Saturdays now to clean my studio, and that's when I normally record a floss tube. So I'm like, oh, I'll just do it during the week. I'll get up early before everyone gets here to the studio so it's quiet, and I'll do it myself. But so here's the thing. I get up and I do my prayers. That takes about 45 minutes. And then I found out, now whether this is true or not, I found out that your cortisol can spike, or not can, but it does spike 2 hours after you get up. So this person was encouraging people to work out, 2 hours after they get out of bed. So after I'm done, doing my prayers, I usually stitch, or I'm designing or doing something on the computer until the 2 hours are up, and then I do my workout, and then shower and all that. And so by the time I get all these things done, it's almost noon. It's time to eat lunch. I eat lunch, and by the time I get down here, everyone's at work. So I just have not found the best time to do my floss tube. You need a sister to be your floss tube alarm, right? That is one thing that would be nice about doing floss tube with someone else, is that they'd be like, hey, we need to do this. Get your together. Let's do it. Yeah, you're very lucky to have that. So Cheryl, did you hear that my BFF Kristen started stitching? While we were at market, she went and bought some Ada for one of the Seaworthy patterns. and she's going to finish it and put it in her beach house. And I keep praying that she's going to fall in love with stitching, so much so that she'll want to go to retreats with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's so busy right now with her grandkids, you know, helping her daughter and son-in-law with the twins, and little Hudson. He's only, what, a year and a half? Might be a little more than a year and a half. Anyway, she's very busy helping them out. And, you know, she does all the bookkeeping for her husband's business, which is no small feat. So anyway, she doesn't have a lot of time to stitch, but we got to get her hooked. I love these pumpkin-headed flowers. Plants, I should say. Wouldn't it be cool if pumpkins grew like that? I mean, obviously it's impossible because they're so heavy, but it would be super cool if they grew up like that. Dumping Kevin at retreats. Well, he doesn't go to, the only ones he goes to, let's just be clear here, is the ones that we can make a vacation out of it. So like he went to Stitch West. Well, he went to Garden of Quilts because that was like our first experience going out to Utah. And then he went to Stitch West because we went to, you know, the Grand Canyon and all that. He went to Primitive Gatherings because that was our anniversary trip. Afterwards, we came up the upper part of Wisconsin into the UP of Michigan, and, you know, stayed at Airbnbs. We went up to Copper Harbor, the northern tip of upper Michigan. So yeah, he'll go if there's a vacation involved, and he's going to Acorns and Threads because we're staying out there for, I don't know, 10 days or so after the retreat to, you know, vacation out there. But yeah, then after that, he's done. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Like I said, I'm cutting like way, way back on my retreat. As far as being a guest designer, I do plan still to go to retreats. And he doesn't want to go just to go to a retreat. Is it clear? Can you guys see this very, very good? Very well. You know what'll be nice about having that arm going across and having my camera up on that is that it won't be on this. I just noticed that when I hit this, it jiggles the camera. Not cool. So that'll be so nice. I'll have that done by the next Witch Paint Wednesday, but that is April, so I don't know if Kristen will be joining us or not. So if Kristen is joining us, then I will probably not be working in this position. You know what I mean? I'll be working where you can see me and the painting. This is boring to watch because it's just making little tiny progresses. I mean, there's not a lot to see me do. You know what I mean? When I do a big painting, you can see big changes, and it's more entertaining, I'm sure. That's right. I gotta find time to go pick up my contact lenses. The turkey fabric is coming out. Give me a sec, I can tell you right away. I want to say June. Um, Riley. I always put Riley Black. Always. It's so funny. Why does it do that? Super weird. Okay. Designers. And way at the bottom. Right here. Oh, July. Yes, July. That makes sense. Gives you a couple months before the fall. Yep, available July 2024. And then, God, I won't have anything for dang near a year. Yeah, that's the bite in the shorts, huh? I just can't do more than 2 lines a year at this point. I can't. Um, Halloween and fall is due in the spring as well as Christmas. Now, I try not to have spring retreats so that I can focus on that. I'm trying to get back to YouTube. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, right here. So I don't know what I was saying. God, I can't do more than one thing at a time. My multitasking days are over. Thank you, menopause. But yeah, like other seasons and stuff like that for fabric are due like in the summer and in the fall, and I can't do that when I have all these retreats. So less retreat going, more fabric lines. You know, Cheryl, I used to do 6 lines a year when I worked with South Sea Imports. Like, that was my first fabric company. So we're talking, well, I've been in business for 30 years. So probably 25 years ago. Yeah. And that wasn't my only licensee. So I was, doing that. Of course, when you do a fabric line, you have all those coordinating patterns, and that worked really well for other licensing endeavors. So a lot of those fabric lines were made into other products because I had all this art, and the coordinates and stuff. Well, hello, Daisy. Yeah, right? Yeah, 6 lines, and it takes me about 3 weeks to do a fabric line. And that it used to take me 3 weeks. It doesn't take me quite that long. I can do, like, if I just worked on the fabric line, I could pull one out off in 2 weeks. But the thing is, I'm never just working on one thing at a time. I'm, like the last 2 weeks, last week and this week, I've been also designing, 4 Patreon charts because I have to design 4 a month for Patreon. Um, so I'm trying to fit that in between this whole thing. And then I'm trying to get things out to be stitched to my model stitchers because, I have to start thinking of, um, the jingle ball. I've got all these retreats that I need stuff stitched for. I've got, new release. I want to do I got a release coming up in May, and I probably will have one in May, and then I probably won't have another one until August. And then we'll have Jingle Ball. Yeah, it's just, and it doesn't hurt to even start on Nashville for next year, at least planning out what you want to release, get the thing designed, get it out being stitched, especially if it's something large. It's like this ongoing freight train chasing me down the tracks. No, listen, I live to work. It's only because I love my work. So I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you that the ball never stops rolling. You know what I mean? And you have to work so far in advance on everything. It's relaxing watching me paint. Good. I think I only did 1 or 2 videos, but I did these videos where I recorded myself painting something in real time from start to finish, just for that reason, for people to have, and I think it was just set to music. I wasn't talking. For people to have playing just like to relax them before they go to bed. You know, the inspiration for that came from an article or somewhere online. I don't know. I read an article anyways where people like watching videos that are relaxing before bedtime. And one of the videos that was mentioned was somebody like gets on a train and they have the camera pointing out the window, and then they just have it recording as the train is going, and that's the video. And they might have it set to, some soft relaxing music or something. Anyway, I thought, well, I know I love watching people paint. I don't get to do it very often, but because there's not many people that do like a real-time painting, but I like it. So I'm like, well, I'm going to try that. I think I made 1 or 2 videos like that. And the videos are long. I mean, they're like 3 hours long because I'm painting something from, the whole way through. Painting ASMR, is that what it's called? What is ASMR? Painting a sassy mama. I don't know. I know it's not that. I was just being silly. It's getting darker in here. Man, these paints are so dry. I think I have this upside down. I think I usually have it in the other position, like this way. Yep, that's how I normally have it. Now it looks right to me. Do you guys know if you do a live video on YouTube, do you know if you can download them? I mean, I can obviously look this up after we're done and find out myself, but I just thought I would ask if anyone knows, you know, it'd save me from looking it up. But because I was thinking about something, I thought about doing a live video in Patreon, like a live floss tube video in Patreon, and then downloading it, uploading it for the public. And the reason I like that idea is, number one, it'd be a cool perk for my patrons. And number two, less editing if you just do a live. So anyway, these are the things that just come through my head randomly. Something else I haven't done in a while and I need to do and want to do is oh, sorry, Kevin just got, shh. Hey, is doing another little DIY project in Patreon. And then I need to add those ones I've already done to my tutorial website. Anyway, all these things need done. But all in good time. Oh gosh, Cheryl, I have to tell you something funny. So, you trust us to be live? Absolutely. Yes, your paintings are like ASMR. What is oh, autonomous, oh my gosh, I can't even say it. Autonomous sensory meridian response. Wow, people make these videos on YouTube. Yes, of them doing things while whispering or tapping or just quiet noises meant to be relaxing. It's kind of creepy. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But listening to just your painting sounds while you paint would be very relaxing. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, because it would be just me. So that would be very interesting because I'd probably forget that well, I guess I could edit if I had to. Like if I forget I'm recording myself and I make a mistake and maybe something unpleasant would be said, if you know what I mean. Anyways, so I was watching Colleen and Cheryl's quilt tube this morning when I was working out, and I understand that Cheryl is adding on an amazing addition to her quilt shop, her quilt room, or studio is the word, for having gatherings and such. Well, that is something I've been talking to my husband about, and he's not a big fan of this. He doesn't really think I need it. And I'm trying to convince him otherwise. And so when I heard Cheryl's doing that, I said, guess what? I said, Cheryl's getting an addition put onto her studio to have stitching and quilting gatherings. And he goes, oh, isn't that nice? He doesn't really say much else, but I just got to keep at it. Just keep mentioning little things like that. Eventually, it will happen. I'm actually going to get out. Okay, so when I designed my studio, so the building was already here. It was just like a shell. It's called a pole barn, okay? I don't really know what that means, but that's what they call them here in Michigan. And it was basically an empty shell. It had like 2 windows, like the man door, and I think there was just a small man door also going out onto the porch. Anyways, wait, did they have a porch? Because we put that deck out there. I think there was, like, they were going to put a porch on and they never did because there was the cover for it, like the awning, or not the awning, but the whatever. And there was no insulation, no electricity, none of that. So it was just bare bones. So what I did is I took graph paper, and every square on the graph paper was a foot. And then I measured this place and I drew it how I wanted it. And that was what we gave to our friend that did all the work. Well, evidently it was good enough because it came out exactly like I had planned. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and draw out what I want. And you know what I really want in there? Okay, so I've always wanted a fireplace in my home. And I thought, oh my gosh, a beautiful stone fireplace where I could sit in front of it and do my videos. Wouldn't that be amazing? Anyway, it's going to happen. I'm telling you. Draw it. Pray about it. And then just keep talking about it. Talk it into being, right? Yep, graph paper is a wonderful thing. Hi, Pam. Welcome. Yeah, and Kevin said, not much. That was Kyle mocking my laugh. Yeah, that's fine. I'm so intrigued by this AMSR now thing. This people doing things. So what are the people doing? Are they making something, or I'm so curious. So in YouTube you just type in AMSR videos or something and you get that? Oh, ASMR. autonomous sensory meridian response. Very interesting. Well, what I like about it in the painting aspect is I think it would be interesting to be able to see someone paint something from start to finish. You know, like on these Whatcha Paint Wednesdays, it's like you get a little bit each week. But to just like if you're in your studio quilting or stitching or, you know, just whatever you're doing, and you just have it playing and just be able to look up every. Now, are they set to music? Are any of them set to music? I guess not, because you said you can hear people whispering. They do lots of things, sometimes making things. Again, some of it is a bit creeping to me, but my daughter watches and listens to it to go, really? That's fascinating. I have to tell you that my granddaughter fell in love with your new chart, Sacred, and I will be stitching it for her to take to college in the fall. That's so cool, Pam. That is very cool. Thank you for sharing that with me. I love that. That was a very popular chart. I really, didn't know how well received it would be or not well received it would be. But I'm just very thankful. Very thankful. I think I'm going to make that hat like jet black just because it's got to show up against her dress. So I'm going to use a marker, my little marker. I might make these stars on her. Maybe not, because I think that's too much. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I have to go back through my videos and see. Maybe I only did one, but I thought I did a couple of those. But I set mine to music, so. So Cheryl, you need to do that while you're quilting. Just record yourself making an entire quilt. I guess that would be a little bit long. That would have to be broke up in sections. I can do a painting a lot quicker than you can make an entire quilt, right? And I really want to get back into doing like my journaling, my junk journaling and that kind of thing. Oh, I just love doing that. What's up?
I wonder if you had a phone number for that package going to United Kingdom.
Who's it for? I can't remember.
Oh, Michelle Bailey.
Oh. No. Oh, the printer. So loud. It's at the end of the roll. Oh, I gotta show you some fun things I bought. That's so cool. So I found these. I have a bunch of them. I'm not going to go through all of them. But for junk journaling, I just happened to stumble upon this YouTube channel of this person that makes journals, does journaling. You guys, I have so many ideas of things I want to do. I want to make, well, let me just stay on one subject at a time here. The ideas just keep coming and it's hard to talk about everything. Okay, so it's called Collage Soup, and you can get these books, and they're already kind of collaged, but like look at how precious that is with the flowers in her hair. Some of them are a little weird, like this with these weird, I don't even know what those are. Now, some of it's a little weird. But you just take these pages out and use them in your collage or your junk journal. These are a little colorful for me, but I can always paint over them and make them the colors I want. Or, you know, when I do my big acrylic paintings, some of these I could cover an entire piece of cradled board with a bunch of these. And then, you know, how I do the painting over top and then I do the sanding to show some of the papers coming through. These papers would be excellent for that. Oh, like, look at that. Isn't that cute? Aren't they cool? Yes, Daisy, you do have a lot going on. Yeah, so anyway, there's one of them. I wanted to try to do like one collage page a week, but I don't know when I'll find time to do that. Some of them are super weird. It looks like Woodstock or something. The hippie days. Some of them just make me laugh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm really not into the whole Star Wars looking thing. I like some of these older sepia tones. That one. Here's another one, Bohemian Mystics. This bunny and this bird is what kind of appealed to me in this one. I haven't even, you know what? I haven't even looked through these myself. Wait, what is this one? It's a goat. I need to get this one. Look at the goat and the dogs and the cats and the bunnies. Ooh, I need to get that one. Owls. Oh, this one's very cool. This one's more my kind of taste. Well, not that. That looks a little creepy. I don't like anything dark. So anyway, look at how pretty that one was. Oh, these are cool. These little ones are cool. Anyway, this is just something I thought if you're into like junk journaling and stuff. These books just... Oh, seriously, what is that? That's creepy. That's creepy. Oh, some of this is like evil looking. No, thank you. Anyway. Yeah, Amazon. There's a bunch more. Here's one. Fairy Flight and Dragon's Light. They're fun even just to look at. Even if you didn't use them. They're just fun. It's probably all done in AI. I bet you it is. So I bought an AI program and have been playing with it. And wowzer. I want to use it for subject matter for doing my angel paintings where I don't have to worry about a copyright infringement. Oh, I was going to show you, but duh, I'm using my phone and if I had my iPad down here, I could show you. But anyway, um, it's so fascinating to me. I haven't spent a lot of time on it because I haven't really had a lot of time to play with it. But oh, I don't want that one. But basically, you know, the more descriptive you can be in what you want your picture to look like, the better off you are in order to get what you want. And I read up on different AI programs, and I picked the one I thought best suited what I wanted to use it for. And I find it just really fascinating. So, like I said, for me, it's going to be for painting references. I do have a really cool idea um, that I could possibly do in the future. And I'm not going to tell you what it is right now because I don't know if I'm even going to do it. But if I do it, you'll be the first to know. I have to tell you, um, the thing that AI is terrible at is hands. So you might notice on Instagram and on Facebook, like very like hyper realistic art of, especially the ones I notice the most because I follow these kind of sites or these kind of accounts, I should say, is like Mary and Jesus paintings, but I can tell they're AI because I always look at the hands and they'll have like an extra finger, or the hand, like the pinky will be really long like the other fingers. So whenever you are questioning if something is really a painting or if it's AI, if there's hands in it, that's usually a dead giveaway. Some because I have played with, like I said, I bought an AI program and I've played with it a little bit, and sometimes the hands come out, but most of the time they don't. And I thought, well, I'm using this for painting reference, so obviously I would just paint the hand correctly. But yeah, it's really fun. Jamie, have you played around with any AI stuff? He uses AI for his legal matters. Wow. Alrighty. I think I'm going to outline these with a thicker black. That freebie that I did, I posted it on Instagram. You have to go to my website to get it though. And then it says, "Oh, how he loves us." I'm stitching that. And I have messed up 3 of the words. And I'm leaving them because no one will ever know. I mean, I only know because, duh, I designed it. But the one part, like the W, so the W, the one side of the W is over a little too far, so it's wider. There's just like these little things that annoy the crud out of me. It's like, why is this so difficult for me? Anyway, I got all the words done, whether they're right or not. You'll never, the one is kind of obvious, but the other ones, you really can't tell. The U on us, I stitched it like I was supposed to go down 12 and I only went down 11. So the S is lower than the U. Not a big deal because a lot of the letters I don't have lining up on purpose anyways. So yeah. But gosh, I started something else last week, and it's small. It's one of my Patreon designs for March. It's the Spring House or Spring Manor or whatever it is called. I just love that one, and the border isn't huge. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure my border meets. Of course it didn't. It took me longer to figure out where I screwed up than it did for me to actually unpick it. And it's like, why is counting so hard? And I was thinking, can I fudge this? Can I fudge this? And I'm like, Teresa, just unpick it. Because isn't that like the worst? Oh, it aggravates me. Cow. I think I need to go back to elementary school and learn how to count all over again. The thing is, if you mess up on a border and everything kind of is close, like a lot of my designs are just kind of packed in there with stuff, then the entire time I'm stitching it, I have to be aware of that. And it's like, I don't want to do that. Nope, nope, nope. So I put my big girl panties on and I dealt with it and I unpicked it. I wouldn't let myself go to bed until I restitched the border and had it right. So that was one of my midnight, staying up till midnight nights, which is just way too late as far as I'm concerned. Just kind of playing around now with the shadows and the highlights to give it more dimension. Other than that, she's pretty much done. Thank you. Yeah, it's a rabbit hole, Jamie. That whole AI thing. It is definitely a rabbit hole. See, on my computer, this on my laptop, this looks very blurry. Is it blurry for you guys, or is it just my crappy internet? Wow, it looks terrible on mine. So I'll give you a little zoom in, just in case it is blurry. Maybe if I hold it closer. But anyway, do you like my new setup? I think it's much more clean looking, and you're not looking at all that junk around me. And the height is perfect. I just love it. This is my favorite guy. Mainly because he has a top hat on, but I think his expression is hilarious. Oh, you know what I don't have done is the little ribbon on the cute little. Let's do a yellow ribbon, otherwise we're not going to see it. So what I do, okay, so let me just explain how fabric designing works. So now that I have this painted, I will scan it and put it into my computer. Down here at the studio, I have a scanner. Then I'll upload it to Dropbox so that I can download it to my laptop, because I usually do all my designing and fabric designing on my laptop because I can have it at the house. So once I get it on my laptop, then I go in Photoshop, bring this into Photoshop, and I have to get rid of all the background. So I bring this in, I create a new layer that's a transparent layer, and then when I delete all of this background, even if I didn't paint the background and I left it white, I still have to get rid of it all, okay? So that I can then, so once all the background's gone, it's transparent that layer that's underneath that I created that's transparent is behind this. So as I get rid of this, this is free flowing. You know what I mean? Like I can pull this design onto like a red background or a yellow background or a black background. So that's the time consuming part, is getting rid of all this background. Um, Once I get rid of the background on all of the paintings that I have done, that's when I make them into repeats. And I do that using Photoshop as well. And then I'll take things from the paintings that I have created, like this stripe, maybe. I'll make a stripe out of it. Or like the Halloween one I did before, the main panel that they did, she had a diamond pattern on her dress. And I took that diamond pattern and I made a coordinate out of it. So I'll pull things from all the paintings I've created to make, you know, some coordinating patterns or some, what are they called? I call them coordinates. That's what I used to call them 20 years ago. I think they call them something different now. But anyway, so that's how that goes. So it's very time consuming because number one, you have to think of the concept. Then you have to sketch out all your sketches. Then you have to enlarge all those sketches, transfer them onto the watercolor paper, and then paint them all. And then get them all onto your computer, take away all the background, and then creating the repeats is very time consuming, but it's fun. I really enjoy that part of it because once you have your repeat done and then you start pulling that over onto different color backgrounds, that part takes my breath away. Like I really love that part. Um, so yeah, it is a ton of work. When I designed fabric 20, 25 years ago, I just had to produce the artwork. But although I had to do more paintings, so now I just paint all of these. Let me get. I'll be right back. Let me get something. I'm just getting examples of my fabric from years ago, and we'll just show you how I used to do it. Oh, I love Blue Kitty. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I can't find the ones I want. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Why is it when you're looking for something you never find it? Okay, I found it. All right, so let me just show you some examples. Okay, so the fabric company used to just take, like I had to paint. Well, let me just show you. It's easier to do it that way. Okay, so this is a for instance. I had to paint everything. So I would paint 4 squares. They called them pillow panels because they would print them in those squares and people could make pillows out of them. So I'd make 4 pillow panels and then that would like be what everything else was based on, okay? Then I would paint this, a non-directional sampler kind of look. We used to call them samplers. And it's so funny now that I do cross stitch. I'm like, this isn't a sampler. And so what they would do is this is a half drop repeat. So this would come down here. Anyways, like this, see how this faith sticks out right here? That is the piece of the puzzle that fits in here because you didn't want straight lines. Then this part would fit this little guy right here, he fit right here. So, but they would do all that. I didn't have to do that before. I just had to supply the painting, and then they would work their magic. So that's a for instance. A repeating stripe, I actually do still paint my repeating stripes. So if there is one in my fabric line, just know that that was something I actually painted. So this line was called Boo Kitty. This was one of my favorite lines. But yeah, so then this was the repeat. You take this, you copy it on this side, copy it on this side. You know, that's just how that was. And then we would have what we would call like an all over repeat. So I had to paint this entire thing, and then they would repeat it, and actually they'd repeat it, but they'd half drop it. So like this part here would then be down here. So anyway, there was a lot more painting involved when I did it before, but I didn't have to do the repeats. So now there's less painting for me to do, but I spend all the time now doing the repeats and the half drops and the coordinating fabrics. So there you go. I thought you might be interested. All right, guys, I'm going to go. It's been over an hour, and we will see you next week. Maybe Kristen will be joining me. If not, I'll be right here again. All right, have a great week. Happy creating. Bye. Thanks for joining me today.